Terrific Tuesday. How are we doing, everybody? I hope we're doing well today. We got an action-packed, crazy trade request that was going down. Cooper Kupp, Myles Garrett. And then I also want to touch on my predictions like I did yesterday with the AFC East. I'm going to touch on the AFC North today. Max Lawson's my big Ravens fan guy. Shout out to my guy. I love you, bro. But I want to start with Myles Garrett. So, trade. He requested a trade, guys. NFL teams, 32 of them. They're all interested. Okay? You do not find blue chip prospects like this guy in quite some time. He's the best defensive end I've seen in a decade. Okay? I have to dig back in my memory bank. John Abraham when I was younger, Julius Peppers, Myles Garrett. Only a handful of few. This guy's special. And to everything that Clowney should have been, Myles Garrett's been that and more. He cares, puts the effort in. He's not loafing. Again, he's been a better pro player than college, because in college I was kind of like, I don't know. And 4.5 sacks against Rice, but who really gives a shit? But Myles Garrett requested a trade. Now, where do I think he's going to go? If I had to guess, crystal ball, maybe Philadelphia. Strength on strength. That would be unfair. Girl, it's over right now. You got Detroit. You pair him up with Aiden Hutchinson. Watch out. Holy shit. They're ready to go. They're ready to rock and roll. It's a contender. You can go to the Raiders. Listen, all good on paper, but they're like the Browns, man. We've been just a fucking shithole of an organization. I don't think he wants to touch that. So, people are going to ask me, well, Sammy, are you surprised? You surprised, man. He's requesting a trade. Oh, my God. No. I'll tell you why I'm not. Because the Browns, like the Raiders, have been shitty my whole life. And lately, Cleveland's had some success. They've been to the playoffs twice. They've won a playoff game. So, but once again, they fucked around and found out. And listen, should they have gotten rid of Baker? Probably. If Baker was wearing people out, I get it. Number 1 overall pick, a little edgy, a little cocky. I got it. He's my doppelganger, and I'm all for it. I got it. But here's my point. Excuse me. Cleveland, you shouldn't have never signed Deshaun. It's the facts. And I was listening today, Albert Beer was on Dan Patrick. They're talking about this bullshit like, well, we wanted to bring in guys. Bullshit. You had the guy in the room. He got you the playoffs last year when he came off the couch. That's all you need to know. Eat the dead money. So what? You gonna hurt Deshaun's feelings? I know whose feelings he's hurting. Those massage therapists. That's who he's hurting. He ain't been the same. He's Bill Cosby. I mean, it's just... But again, Cleveland, you had a good thing going. But yet, this is what Cleveland does. They're low sports self-esteem. That's what I've heard for years. And Jimmy Haslam runs it. He's a shitty owner. God, he's shitty. And he fucked around with Tennessee boosters all those goddamn years ago. He is a joke. He is a joke. And it's unbelievable that it's gotten this bad. It really has. And, you know, I pull for Brown fans. I feel for them. But I don't know. It's just a shame because this talent does not come around the block that often. And we just got to see. We got to wait and find out what team wants them, what team doesn't. So, you know, again, we got to wait and find out. My gut feeling, my crystal ball feeling is probably the Lions. But we got to wait and find out. We just got to wait and see. And in Cleveland, this is your fault because you had a good thing going with Baker and that crew a couple years ago, and you blew it. And you just couldn't hang on to Baker. You panicked. You thought, oh, we got something better. Oh, we got something better. Newsflash. Grass ain't always green on the other side, bro. So, and then I wanted to touch on the AFC North today. So, I was right. Ravens did well. I think they won the division. Pittsburgh, to me, again, like they've always been, just kind of mediocre to me. But I want to touch on the Ravens. I know Raven fans, Max Loss, I'm talking to you. Disappointing. I got it. But as long as you got Lamar and as long as you got Harbaugh and that culture, you're going with the playoffs every year. Okay? You might have a hiccup here and there, 2013 when you missed it after the Super Bowl hangover. That I understand. But right now, maximize what we got with Lamar. Because, now, could Lamar ever win? I don't know. Because he had a shot 2 years ago in the AFC Championship game at home against Patrick Mahomes, and he shit the bed. However, I do think Baltimore is good enough. Now, they got to add some more pieces. If I'm them, go get more peep, go get more speed. Zay Flowers coming back helps them tremendously with Mark Andrews, with that weaponry. Derrick Henry, stud this year. So Baltimore is still, to me, the team in that division that I look at and go, you got to go beat them. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, I did pick them fourth, and I was wrong. But I was not wrong in the fact that I thought they were going to be a fourth-place team because I just didn't trust the quarterback position, what was going on here, this, that, and the third. But I do think the Steelers quarterback, I throw a curveball at you, Matt Stafford. Now, whatever trade package, I don't know. But that would be interesting. You put him in Pittsburgh, he's seen these black and blue kind of games. He was in the NFC North. Now, granted, he's been in the Dome, but he can play out in those elements. Big Ben had it. Terry Bradshaw had it. And this guy has it. So, keep an eye out for Pittsburgh, because that's a team, to me, trying to maximize their talent on defense with TJ Watt, with Minka, still early on in their prime. See if they can maximize that talent and obviously rocket ship it to Super Bowl, potentially, or nonetheless, go in a playoff game. Again, I've got my issues with Mike Tomlin. I don't need to address it anymore, but that's what I would do. The Bengals, I got nothing to say to them. Shame on them. Shame on them, because it's just a shame that you're going to let this happen 2 times, not once, because you did this once across the Palmer, where he just said, I'm out. I've had enough. I'm done with this bullshit. You screwed it up once, Cincinnati. You want to do it again? Because it's what it's going down to. You can't. Joe Burrow's putting up all these numbers, all this stuff, and yet you still can't get it done? Can I ask a question? What is taking you so long with Jamar Chase? Can you just get the deal done? T. Higgins, you could have got done a couple years ago. Excuse me. And once again, you just can't do it because you're just too stubborn, too bullheaded, and just don't want to do things differently. So, I don't get it. I don't understand it with the Bengals. They're like the opposite of Philadelphia. Go all in, take big swings, ballsy, all that stuff. And if I'm the Bengals, I keep addressing the offensive line. I think they need a new coach. Zach Taylor's fine, but I don't think he's great. But this is the Bengals. They're going to be cheap. They kept Marvin Lewis forever when we all saw the writing on the wall. He never could get past the divisional round of the playoffs. That's just the Bengals. That's who they are. They're just cheap. They're just weird. They're odd. They're frugal. Now, again, they've won because of Joe Burrow. So I'm not going to sit here and be surprised. But going in the offseason, I think you have to make an addition to get that offensive line right. Become more of a physical football team. I still don't get why they didn't keep Joe Mixon. That, to me, I don't get. Advantage Houston, disadvantage Cincinnati. But I just didn't get that. I mean, their running game this year, the Bengals, was just so bad. Now, everybody can go, well, the Raiders, yeah, we suck. Let's just move past it, okay? Anybody against our defense this year was sucking, okay? When our defense on the field the whole goddamn game and your offense can't do shit, that's when I saw problems. So, just saying, that's what I see with the Bengals. In Cleveland, like I've just mentioned off the top, they are in no man's land. They're in... I can't even, laugh because it's just so bad for them to be in this spot. To me, I just can't think off the top of my head who their quarterback's going to be. It's going to be Deshaun probably. Or do you draft Cam Ward, or do you draft Shador? I don't know. I think, and I hate saying the word tank because the NFL, you just can't because all these coaches and players, even though they're on the shitty teams, they fight their ass off. But to me, I think Cleveland's problem is upstairs. It's not with the coaching. It's not with the GMs. They've had good players. Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward. They've drafted good players. but they got some offensive line getting up there in age. So be on the lookout for Cleveland. I think they're going to be kind of an interesting team at the trade deadline or the free agency period. You go drafting at a quarterback. I don't know, because there's a lot of scenarios you can go down this route. So we'll see what happens next year with the AFC North. But those are my little bit of standings right there. What I think of the AFC North. Tomorrow I'm going to touch on the AFC South. But I appreciate you guys listening. Have a great night. Adios. Talk to you guys soon. Terrific Tuesday. Let's go.